right, welcome to another session of In the Know. Today I have Jenny Montgomery, our financial analyst. I have Justin Myers, our safety manager. And I have Trish O'Connor, our HR manager. So we are going to cover our quarter 1 business goals. And then later on, I'm going to invite the assistants in and we are going to cover projects and things like that that's happening in the DC. So let's start off with the most important thing and safety. How did we come in for quarter 1, Justin?
Well, just like the end of 2021, quarter four, we came into the new year very strong, like we came out of the last year. We actually went 5 periods in a row without a reportable incident. And due to that, we had our safety celebration, we had our AVI meals, and we had our fancy safety t-shirts made. We had our t-shirt competition on what we wanted. So great job already going into the year. We're doing really well. So for quarter one, we did sustain one recordable incident, which brings our FTE for the year as 1.28, and we are currently on day 42 since our last recordable incident. Some other things that we seen in quarter one was our rollout in safety in motion. One of the things that we're seeing across the company is strains and sprains continue to be a leader for our injuries across manufacturing logistics. So they wanted to put a focus on that, and that was the purpose for rolling out safety in motion. It focuses on good biomechanics, proper lifting techniques, and we just want to make sure all of our associates are utilizing that so we can continue to improve and protect our associates from strains and sprains.
So with that being said, Justin, I mean, I know a lot of people probably wonder, why do we have athletic trainer? Why don't we have a doctor here? And I know that we have a new athletic trainer, so I want you to talk a little bit about that.
So for quarter one, we did bring in a new athletic trainer. Most of you have probably seen him. He's in health services, named Tim Cooley. He came from the high schools around here in Bluffton and Southern Wells. Lots of experience, but the purpose behind athletic trainers are hands-on. Their whole purpose is to treat athletes and the daily tasks that we have to do here is similar to athletes, so industrial athletes, and that's why we chose to go with athletic trainers, because they're hands-on, they focus on strains and sprains, and they can do just as much or more than what a nurse or a doctor would do for those issues. So anything that you're experiencing, sore muscles, shoulders, wrist pain, come to our athletic trainers and they'll get you squared away.
Yeah, I mean, it's better to report that early on because the earlier that you feel that and let them know, the better that they can get you treated and get you back healthy and feeling well. So, with third shift, I know we have a lot of new associates, so we introduce also our third shift trainer, athletic
Third
trainer.
shift trainer is Matt Luthi. He's been here for I think 8-9 years.
Mhm.
Also highly trained. Both of our trainers have well over 20 years of experience in the field. So they are the best of the best. And like I said, they're here for you. Make sure you're utilizing that. The faster we can respond to strains and sprains, the faster we can get you going. If we can catch that before it gets too serious, we can minimize how much time you're off from your normal job and also prevent any more serious incidents.
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest, we're one of the sites that are lucky to have those. A lot of sites don't have athletic trainers, so I mean, that's one good thing here, and fully utilize them. I mean, they're free, and they're here to help us. So,
Mhm. And also on safety in motion, I just wanted to give a shout out to all of our trainers, with Randy Miller
right.
and Ray Stout and his training team. We couldn't have completed safety in motion training across the board without them. Great job, and just thank you for your time and your dedication to safety in motion. Some other things we have are our BRI process. We're also going to be incorporating our safety in motion techniques throughout the BRI process, so we're integrating both systems. Last quarter, we did retire 27 behaviors as a group, which is outstanding. We're already retired 10 behaviors for period 5, so we're already running into quarter 2. So great job to all of our teams, and just continue to do what you're doing. Yesterday was the first day of summer. We've seen those temperatures have been rising, and I think they're going to be like that for a couple weeks. So we just need to make sure we're hydrating, staying rested, make sure we're getting plenty of time to get home, rest, sleep, hydrate, eat properly. Try not to eat big steaks before you come into work because that's going to make you sluggish. Make sure you're balancing what you're eating, and make sure you're putting plenty of fluids. Soda, energy drinks, you want to make sure you're limiting that. If you are consuming those, just make sure you switch off to water to make sure you're rehydrating your body.
Okay, all good information. So thank you for sharing that with us. So let's get into our business schools. So let's talk about the ones that we made real quick. So our inventory adjustments, we were below our 0.3. We came in at 0.22. So that's excellent. That means that we're controlling, our inventory and making sure that, we're shipping out what we say we are. We're getting adjustments completed quickly. Our precise delivery time, or how our first fleet drivers get into the stores, was below our 5%. So we came in at 4.42. IPE, which is our receiving department, getting trucks in and out within that 3-hour window. They came in at 83.9, which is really, really strong against a goal of 75. And then our order accuracy, which is, our case selectors, our BAS selectors, selecting the right items that needed to be done or needed to be picked for our stores. Our goal is 99.5, and we came in at 99.79. So that's all great things. I know the one big topic that I really want to cover is, where we're not hitting on our business goals. And, that's why I have Jenny in here to kind of talk about it. But really our wall-to-wall and our warehouse cost per piece. Jenny, where did we come in at? It wasn't a strong quarter, unfortunately. But explain what wall-to-wall is and, what our goal was and where we came in at.
Well, our wall-to-wall is made up of units shipped divided by our total hours worked for the quarter. So our goal for the first quarter was 696 units per hour, and we came in at 614 for the quarter, which that 614 means that was 614 pieces on average that we moved per hour for the first quarter. So to get our wall-to-wall higher, we need hours to go down, and that will make our wall-to-wall go up.
Right. So what that really means is, if we all remember what quarter one was when we first came into the new year, we were severely understaffed, up to 120 associates actually. So we had a travel team in here. We had teams in from Vegas and CFC. All of those numbers drive that up along with our overtime. So our overtime also came in very high at 14.4. So Trish, let's get some good news out there. Where are we at with staffing?
So as of today, we are positive 2 head count, 2 people. So that's great. So over the last few months, we have seen a lot of gains in bringing people in, getting new hires through, so much so that we have modified our new hire orientation. We're also scheduling new hire orientation about 2 weeks out. So we're getting a lot of candidates in. That's bringing up our head count. And then we're also not getting as much people leaving. So we're staying ahead of that overall. So that's able to bring a lot of our overtime down. I know a lot of you guys are struggling because the third shift is heavy on new hires and there's a lot of training going on, but hopefully that will get better over the next few weeks. So what we really appreciate is a lot of guys have been in for referrals. So that has really helped out a lot, that we're getting people coming back that have left us and also bringing back friends and family to come on board here. So we're looking at right now, we just had a class of 24. We have a class of 30 next week. And then after 4th of July, we're already filling July 11th.
That's awesome news. So, we're heading in the right direction. I hope that all of you are seeing that out there. Now what we need to really focus on is really getting our team up to speed. For our veteran folks out there, really helping associates when you see it where they're struggling at, whether it's in bass or receiving or case selection. We need that extra boost now. We need to get our teams up to speed so we can keep this overtime down. So, a little bit of uplift before we walk away is, the last 2 weeks have been positive trends up, where we've seen overtime, low, and we've seen our wall to wall go back up. So we actually hit in week 3, 655, which we haven't done in quite some time. And our overtime was down to 8.8. So we're getting there. I appreciate HR's, due diligence on getting people in here quickly. And I appreciate all of you out there on the floor, creating our culture and keeping our team here and keeping that retention high so that we can do well. So hopefully next quarter when we sit down, we have some more green on this sheet and we can talk about how we can sustain that for the rest of the year. So I thank all of you for joining me today, and we'll meet again next year or next quarter. Sorry.
Next quarter.
Stay safe and stay hydrated.
All right, back with another session of In the Know. Earlier today, we talked to Jenny, Justin, and Trish and went over business goals. So bringing each one of you in to kind of give an update on what's going on in the DC. So we'll start with our AGV project. So Jason, give us an update.
So quick update of what's going on there. The vehicles themselves will have an estimated arrival to the DC July 29th through August 15th. Next Tuesday, myself, Dylan, and Evan will be traveling to Grand Rapids in Michigan to Tough Automation to see the conveyor line and the pallet destacker. That is expected to be here and installed in mid-August. Then we'll have training that'll begin for maintenance in mid-August as well as that's being put together. Operators then will start training in October. We'll have official handoff in November.
Okay. So with that being said, I know that we're starting to do some work over there. So
We're starting to relocate like aerosols, DME out. We're going to start relocating the audit area from the back. We're also going to be relocating where we stage our box edge drugs. And we'll be tearing down part of that cage in preparation of the roller system coming in.
Yep, and I believe the team started moving product out too, right? So that we can start emptying up an aisle.
Yep, so we have to convert all the V&A aisles. So they have started to shut off a few of them and move that product out so we can be prepared when it's here. We have to empty out and turn on each aisle individually. So if we get an aisle empty, we'll be able to move the product over and then the conversion will go a little smoother.
Okay. So well on our way. That's exciting news. A big change for us. We haven't seen this ever, so this will be exciting. So keep us updated on that, and obviously your receiving team. So appreciate that. I know another big topic that's been out there is our 6-day work week schedule. Overall, I feel like it's worked out well. Have we had a couple of hiccups? Yes. But what have we identified in that, Drew, going forward? So
on the store side and transportation side, there's definitely some challenges, right? As we talked to the group when we rolled it out, we knew that there was going to be potentially some over ordering from stores. With that, we have identified 22 stores that are actually over ordering on Friday nights and Sunday nights at this point. So we're pulling some data, working with our account managers at the local stores to see if there's anything that we can do to push the peanut butter, spread it across the week, especially on their lighter days. So more to come on that, but we do know that there has been over ordering the last 2 weeks, and I know that the team out there has seen it. We've had to make a couple call changes, right? Call time changes. So appreciate the group with that and understanding. I know first shift when we had to do it 2 Fridays ago, they responded very well, and they picked ahead and changed the plan when we changed the plan, and just happy to have the patience. But that is one of the challenges that we're facing right now.
All right. So we like Drew said, we're working through that, and hopefully the next couple of weeks we'll see some resolution there. So Earlier today we talked about wall to wall and that type of thing. Bruce, I think, one big impact that we've seen positive has been in the bass department. So do you want to give a little update on how our productivity has been over there?
Yeah, so in the last few weeks, we've seen a 4% improvement on obtains. And then overall for totes per hour, which we measure by day, it kind of is our barometer for the group as far as call times go, is improved by 10%. So we've ran about 35 totes an hour for the past couple weeks, which has been a great improvement. It's helped us to minimize added days and daily overtime. So the group has done very well. And we appreciate the work, and on top of that, the attendance has also improved. So we appreciate that from the group, and I believe that's on both shifts.
Yeah.
So.
It has been, and we talked earlier in the other meetings that we just got to get case pick up to par, right? And we'll start seeing those same positive things on the other shifts and case selection also. So, keep pushing our teams. I also want to make sure that everybody knows we do have some interns in the summer. We have Subai, who is actually one of our case selectors that works the weekends while he's in school, but during the summer he does an internship with us, and this is his second internship with us, I believe, right? Second or third. I think it's the second. So this year he's really working on 5S, so he's going to different areas in the DC and trying to get them 5S and sustained and audits and that type of thing. So he'll be coming to the receiving department, the production control coordinator area, maintenance. So he's been working with those teams. So he's well off on a good start there. Then we have Suji, and Suji is our HR intern. And the exciting thing about her is that she is actually working on an attendance hotline where everybody calls into one number, and then that takes away from the supervisors having to do attendance, which we've done some time studies, and it's about 45 minutes for a supervisor to sit there and do attendance. And if we can give that to our HR department to take over, that obviously frees our supervisors up for
More engagement.
more engagement,
Floor
being out on the
presence.
floor, answering questions that need to be answered, moving people around. So
Sure.
positive things there. I'm excited about that. And then we also have our third intern, and her name is Rhea. And she works in our bass department on first shift. She is working on supervisory skills, so learning, how to be a supervisor and a manager, but also she's working on some pharmacy items on getting some true time studies and making sure that we got those into our system correctly. So all of them have really good projects and are off on a good start, and they'll be here through August. So if you see those three individuals out there, please work with them. And they're students trying to learn the business, so help them as much as you possibly can. So anything else that we need to touch on while we're here? We have upcoming 4th of July ready. Got some plans out there. We'll be talking to the groups about, so look for some additional insight on some attendance buyback points and that type of thing to help with our higher volume that we're expecting for 4th of July. So, all right. Well, thank you guys for joining me. Thanks for the update. And remember, if there's anything that you want us to talk about or discuss, don't be afraid to put any suggestions in the suggestion box, and we'll make sure we make it one of our topics. Thanks, guys.
Thank
No
you.
problem. Thank you.